All right, let's talk about Chapter 10, Probability Basic Concepts. Um, so we can compute the theoretical and the empirical probabilities of something happening. So a probability is the numerical measurement of the likelihood an event will occur. Okay? How we designate that, the notation is the probability of this event happening is equal to the probability of event E occurring. Okay? So the probability of an event is a fraction or a decimal number between 0 and 1 inclusive, as in it can be 0, it can be 1, or anywhere in between. These correspond to 0% happening and 100% happening. So these are the decimal forms, these are the percentage forms. Okay? So this is another way to write that. The probability of event E, whatever it is, rolling a 2, anything, the probability of that event happening must be between 0 and 1, okay, as well as being able to be equal to 0 and 1 as a decimal. The probability of an impossible event is 0 or 0%. There's 0% of that happening. When you roll a die, a 6-sided die, there is 0% chance that you're going to get a 7 off that one die. Okay, so that's an impossible event. The probability of an event that is certain is 100% chance. There's a 100% chance that the probability of rolling a 1 through 6 on a 6-sided die is 100% or 1. Okay? You're going to get a 1 through 6 because that's all there is on the die. Probabilities cannot be negative nor over 100. If somebody tells you they're going to do 110%, they technically can't do that. Okay? There's not 100% over 100 for a probability of something happening. Okay? That's why it's inclusive of 0 and 1. That means it also cannot be below a 0 or a negative number. Those are important to know. Okay? So Alex may say, what are these, out of these, which one of these are a possible probability number? So if they have negative in there, it can't be. If they have a number over 100%, that can't be. Okay? And the sum of all probabilities in the event is 100%. So the probability of rolling a 2 plus the probability of rolling a 3 plus the probability, you know what I mean? So the sum of all the probabilities together, when you roll, say, a 6-sided die, when you add them all up, you will get 100%. Okay? Our book designates a little apostrophe, meaning the complement. So that means if you have the complemented E, that means event E will not occur. Okay? So the probability of E occurring equals all of the probabilities together, 100% of the probabilities are 1, minus the probability of it not occurring. Okay? The probability of occurring things and not occurring things is 1. So if you're given any one of these three, you can find whichever one is missing. Okay? So like when we were talking about the sets before, this is like the universe of all the probabilities that could happen when you roll, say, for example, a 6-sided die, and you're looking for the probability of rolling a 2. So the probability of rolling a 2 would be here, and the probability of not rolling a 2 would be rolling a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. Those are the probabilities of not rolling a 1 or a 2. Okay? So they also put this in another chart form at the bottom here. Here's the scale vertically. So when somebody says you have a 50-50 chance, that's 50% chance. So when you're flipping a coin, if you have a fair coin, The probability is 50-50 of getting a tail, if that's your event. Okay, 50-50 of getting a head, that's your event. The probability of winning the mega lottery is down here near impossible. It's not impossible, but the probability is extremely low. Very decimally small number. Okay. Probability of a randomly selected player from the NBA and finding he's over 6 feet, almost a certainty. So it's somewhere, in here somewhere. Okay. I read somewhere that for quarters themselves aren't fair coins because of the head size is a little more weighty. So technically, probability is not 50-50. It's actually a little more that you're going to end on the head side of a quarter. Okay. Let me do the next on another